started. So welcome to Geek Out Fridays. My name's Damon Nelson and my partner is Wayne Atkinson. And we're here today to show you something really special. We want to take you from the start, an idea, a concept, all the way through to published content. And we're going to be using RSSMasher to set everything up and to build a website from scratch. Now, I bought a domain name yesterday, and this is how new it is. There are some terms out there that I have noticed in the survival industry, in the survival niche, called bushcraft. And it's not about surviving the apocalypse. It's about living and enjoying being alone, being out in the wilderness. So it's not, you know, killing zombies and surviving and all for yourself. It's about how to live a life out in the wilderness, taking steps back of no electricity, sometimes no heat, no water, but it's a skill set. And the terminology has really picked up in the last few years. And I've started seeing RVs designed for bushcraft camping. And they're brand new, but they have affiliate offers that they pay really well on. So my idea is I'm gonna start from scratch and see what's out there and actually build a domain from it. So I came up with the idea bushcraft. I went to Namecheap yesterday and I bought a brand new domain, and I found one called bushcrafttips.com. So kind of just showing you what I did here is I went over to Namecheap, grabbed me one, and I'm going to build a Masher site. So I went into Masher, set me up a site, and I've got a little video about how I prepped this for you before the call, but we'll add this into the Geek Out Fridays training portal. But I wanted to just kind of prep it a little bit to save time on the call. But here's what we're looking at. Is bushcraft. Right now, it is a blank site. It'll log back in here. Okay. So if I go to my Masher sites, now this could be a WordPress site. The only reason I'm using Masher sites is it's easy. I can build a site in less than 10 minutes and have it up and ready. Don't have to worry about themes, protection, firewalls, or anything like that. So let's go down and take a look at it right now. To show you, it is a blank site. So I went in, I needed a logo, went up here to grab me a logo, designed it with Place It, found a really neat little logo. I just call it Bushcraft Tips, downloaded it, cropped it to size, and I showed you, I recorded this on a video so you can watch it later if you wanted to. But basically, this is the beginning of a site. So how did I get these categories? So we're going to do a little bit of research prior to starting the build. I went into Surfer, and I don't know anything about bushcraft, so I went in here, and just so you have a good definition, this is Wikipedia's, but this is David Willis. Bushcraft, by contrast, is generally thought of as enjoyment of living in a remote wilderness location. No one is expecting impending doom, rather they're doing it for enjoyment purposes, okay? So that's kind of the idea of what bushcraft is. Slightly different than survival skills, but it is developing living off the grid, basically, okay? So with that idea, that's the only thing I know about. I'm gonna come over here to keyword research, and I typed in bushcraft skills. So I kind of got some ideas about keywords. So once I typed in bushcraft, it gave me some similar keywords. I just went by search volume. So, okay, so bushcraft tools, camping, camps, kits. I wouldn't have thought that is a high search, but that is. What is bushcraft? So there's a lot of search about just what is it? Information gathering. Kits is more of a buying category. This is more information. camping. These are kind of ideas generations here. Tools. They're looking at tools, gathering ideas, and they possibly buy it. So I can put some Amazon links in here about bushcraft. I can put in some camping REI, or I could get direct affiliate links with some RV sales in here. Also, I probably put AdSense on here. Bushcraft supply, survival. So this is the first time you see survival up here. So what I did, I just moved these off to a clipboard, and I'm going to build some categories around this. So tools, camping, kits, survival. What is bushcraft? Bushcraft projects. Okay. So keeping this in mind, I went into my content planner. Now you can use any keyword tool. I like Content Surfer because it does everything I need it to do. I built some content plans, just putting these in here. So what is bushcraft? They're recommending to dominate this kind of category, you would need 32 clusters, which really means 32 pages. And with these are the main head, these are the subheadings. I clicked here and I downloaded to a CSV file. Just simply clicked, okay? And I did this for all the main categories that I'm going to be using. So I came back over here and let's go. What is bushcraft? This is a category: survival skills, tools, news, videos. So I'm going to be doing some trending news and some trending videos with this. Also, I came back in, I got camps, kits, projects. Then we have privacy policy and terms of service. So imagine this is either a simple WordPress theme, or you can go out and buy a fancy theme, or you can buy Masher sites, and this is just simply a news board in a Masher site. So I'm going to dive in here a little bit before we get started. I wanted to kind of just show you the setup. I got some categories. I took them from Surfer. So I've done my keyword research, got my categories. I've got some content plans coming across, and I added the categories, and I said, I want to show these on the top bar. I want to show these in the sidebar. So like I just showed you is top bar, sidebar. Okay, so I'm getting this ready, and I'm just kind of working down from the top. I don't need these because I'm going to auto fill these. Okay, tags. This will be auto filled from RSSMasher. Authors. I need to put some in here, so I just kind of went over to Minion builders. Came over here. Now you can make up any minions that you want. I want to use them because eventually I'm going to develop out, or the VA will develop them out. So this is a Minion builders database. We talked about it actually yesterday. And what I did was I needed some names. I needed some images. So I went over here and grabbed Jeffrey Collins. This just as an example, he's one of the minions in here, Jeffrey Collins. So I grabbed Jeffrey. Now I need an image from Jeffrey. So I went over here to his images, and I chose a caricature. So I just popped that one in, copied that, and I copied it over to inside of the minions themselves. So you see Jeffrey Collins, set up authors, there's his image, pasted it in there and done. Again, the video will show you in detail how I did all this. So I've got my tags, got my authors. I'm skipping advertising right now. Site setup, I went in and this is just basic. Title, footer, logo. This is the dimensions that you need. So what I did, I didn't go all the way down to 37. So I did 320 by 74. I kept it the same ratio, and this was 64 by 64. These are great little logos and favicons to go in there. You can kind of see, here's the favicon up there. Default author, I've got 3 of them. I'm just gonna make Jeffrey. Footer, you can put whatever you want in here. Select the culture. This is the date and time format, and it's a news board, okay? And I pulled this color right here as the menu color to match up with the logo theme, okay? Then I chose bigger text style. hit update. So what we're going to do, we're going to build this website today. So our first use with RSSMasher is I want to load it with original content. Now I talked about the content planner. I went in over here in the content planner. I've got my categories. I built a content plan for each of them. Camping, tools, kits, survival, what is bushcraft. And again, to get camping, I needed 18 clusters. I just hit download and pulled it over. Okay, so let's go into RSSMasher and see how this is built. I'm going to go down here to external content, and I'm going to use Article Forge for this. And we talked a little bit about Article Forge on day 1. This is how we're creating original content. And I've got it on page 2. Okay, so I went ahead of time and started creating some content because it takes about 3 to 5 minutes between each of these. So we have camping, kit, survival, and bushcraft. And I think I've got, I'll do one more that I think is already in here. Tools, okay. I'm going to add one called Bushcraft Tools. Update. And I'm going to bring it in as a CSV. Now you can build these all by yourself, or you can do upload CSV. So I'm going to do this one. It's Surfer. Again, you can do your own CSV upload. I'm going to skip the first line, which is headings. And I'm going to, just for demo, I'm going to keep it at medium. So these are the spreadsheets. I haven't even touched them. I just downloaded them. So we're doing tools, open, upload. Now I'm just going to kind of briefly scan through this. It looks like I've got 54 items. That's good. I'm going to look at the ones kind of going through here. Bushcraft tool roll. I'm going to take that one out. It's too short. I don't have enough subheadings. I could come in and kind of edit myself, but I'm kind of lazy. I want to do this for speed. So I'm just going to delete that out. There's a hand drill, fire piston. I'll take that one out too. Take that other one out, the hand drill. Okay. And just kind of briefly going through page 2. Looks like we're good. We've got several sub keywords in each of the rows. That looks pretty decent. Okay. Now, I've got 54 posts ready to go in here. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle them. That takes it from, I had 51, it takes it to 102 items. I just doubled my content just by hitting that one button. Now, I'm going to come back up here, make it active, and hit update. And then I'll hit finish. Okay. So I've got everything set up to build with original content. Now, because it's in rotation, if it's at the bottom of the rotation, it may take 3 minutes to see this. But if it's doing this one, this one, this one, this one, it may be about 15 minutes before we actually see the first one here. That's why, just to save time, I went ahead and built them ahead of time. So these are all ready to go. So what I want to do is I want to build some mashes. Okay, and that's our first skill that we're going to be learning. I'm going to do add. And what is, just for my, just to make it easy, this is my own title, so I know where the source is coming from. Okay, all that I'm going to skip. I went ahead and made a group for it, bushcraft tips. I know where it's going. I'm going to save it in that one folder, hit update. Now I'm skipping all this because this is really for feeds management and YouTube management. So we don't need to do anything right now on this particular mash. And okay, update successful. I'm going to jump right over here to Article Forge. And it's probably going to be the last one. What is bushcraft? Perfect. Add article, forge the campaign. And number of articles, it will pull 10. Now, I can go in to image replace at this point and use, I've got some, I think a survival pack. Drop in here, water wall. Preppers and survivalists. So I can put that in there and I'll just do random image replacement. I'm going to leave it off right now, but I'm going to go ahead and update and we'll move on. Now, I don't want to do anything else right now. I may put some money hooks on there. That's the only thing. Let's go ahead and add some money hooks. All sources. I'm going to come down here and I don't need any citations. It's our articles. So let's put some, oh, okay. Here we go. Let's put some trail cameras in here. These are Amazon trail cameras. Okay. Now I define this token up here, and it's a series of rotating trail camera from Amazon. You'll see what it looks like in a second here. So I think I've got 3 or 4 articles in there ready to go. I'm going to come over here, hit build, and let's do this. A little bit easier. There we go. Build. Preview web. Okay, there we go. What is bushcraft? And there's a video with it. There's the trail cameras. We're to practice bushcraft in the UK. That's great. There's a great little video to go with it. And so it's giving you some locations to practice this bushcraft and more trail cameras. Learn bushcraft skills in your area, like foraging, navigation, fishing, batoning. I didn't know what batoning is. 10 skills. Very, very good start to answer the question, what is bushcraft? This is going to be a category. This is what I'm going to be using to syndicate out this type of blog post. Okay, so that looks good. I'm going to go ahead and hit finish and activate. Okay, so I have my first one. Let's go ahead and build one more. And I'll just hit add. And I'll do survival skills. Yeah. Come down here, add it to the group. Hit update. And you'll see why I'm doing 2 different ones here, 2 different mashes. If they're going to the same category, you can add the mash, you can add the campaigns together. So I'm going to go over here to Article Forge and go down to the bottom, survival skills at Article Forge. And again, if I wanted to put multiples in here, I could certainly do that right now. I could put kits and camping in there, but I'm going to make these individual categories. So I need individual mashes for them. I'm going to skip image replace, but I'm still going to go ahead and drop some, let's put some different ones in here. Security cameras, let's do grill tools, insert token. Okay, hit build. And preview web. Okay. Now this is kind of small image. It's from Etsy, but 3 bushcraft tools you need to survive on the bush. Good video here. Bushcraft tools. What are your best survival life hacks? Now they brought in that image really doesn't match too well, but I could change it later if I wanted to. And here's an image right here, survival basics. Okay, so this one, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do the image replace. Because it's not pulling very good images. So I'm just going to test it out, preppers and survivalist. And I'm going to do, well, just do a random order, first image replace, and hit update. Okay, and build. So we can see what it looks like. Preview web. Okay, now these are better images. Yeah, these are a lot better. Survival life hacks. Now I chose these. We actually have this media pack if you want to use it, or you can build your own media pack, image pack. 10 things you need to survive. These are great images. Okay. So I like this, and I am going to hit finish and activate. So now I have 2 original content, AI written feeds or mashes that are ready to go over. So let's go ahead and do schedules. And I'm going to come down here and hit add. And let's go, what is bushcraft? And I'll just have it like that, be consistent here. And I know it's the last one, but I can just do this and it's going to filter it for me. So what is bushcraft? Okay. And let's do article forge, 2 per weekday, 1 per weekend. And I'll hit copy from template. So this just, it's a time saver. Let's go ahead and do 2. Now for demonstration purpose, I'm going to set this at 5. Really, let's just go back here and do 5 posts per day. We'll do as many as we can because I want to fill up the site, and then I can come back and change the template. Okay, so that all looks good. Is active, group it together. Let's put it back in bushcraft and hit update. Okay. Now I'm going to hit add. And now it's in Masher sites. If it was in WordPress, I just use WordPress. It's in Masher. We're going to hit media. And it is, oh, okay, here's one thing I didn't do. So I'm going to hit update and finish. And then come back over here. Grab my API key. Copy that over. And you can see once you set it up, it's real easy. Go back into integrations, my Masher sites. And I'm going to add bushcraft to RSSMasher. Tips. Change wish. API token. Bushcraft. Tips. Update. Okay, update successful. Get the logo. Well, I think I need to do this. There we go. So you know it's successful when you can bring everything over. Okay, so it just copied everything from Masher sites over into here. So I know it's all working. So I'm going to hit finish. Go back to my schedule. I kind of already set it up a little bit. So what is bushcraft? Edit. Got everything set up here. I'm going to hit add. And it's a Masher site. So it's probably at the bottom. Yep, there it is. Okay. And I'm going to put it into this category right there. Default author. Let's just do random. Use first image. Absolutely. Upload all images. Yes. Exclude first image from post. We don't have to do that in Masher sites. Use link processor. Sure. That's because I got the API. I get to use link processor, and silo the category. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use my banner bear template. Just do a smart crop, 16 by 9, make it a real nice image that fits into booster pages as well. So I'm going to hit update. Okay. Now, I have another site I want to syndicate it to, and that is, it's in Masher sites, but it is Quick View News, which is there it is. This is what is considered a link pin site. So I'll just put it in here. Health, technology, life hacks. That's probably the best. Oh, let's put it in. I'm going to match it up to tiny home. No, let's put it in travel. Okay. Now I want to send this link juice from this site back to the Masher site. Okay. I'm not going to spin it. I'm going to use link processor. I don't need templates because I already built my smart crop. Hit update. Now here comes some real power. I'm going to add it to my booster pages. Okay. See current list of categories. I know it's in the survivalist, and let's see, preppers, hunters, camping. Let's leave it in preppers. Send it back to my Masher site right here. Now, if it was a WordPress, you just click it right there. Okay. Now I can also, at the same time, syndicate it to Twitter. And I've got a Twitter that I know will work with it. It's Caveman Plans. I'm going to tweet, send it back to the Masher site. And I'm going to go ahead and use Riley. It's going to put some auto tags in there for me, auto emojify, and link processor. I've already done banner bear, so I don't need to do it again. I'll hit update. Okay. And let's go one more. Let's send it to Blogger. Okay. And I'll send it to Oscar Cameron. Now I don't have a survival niche right now, so I'll just put it in Launch Ninjas and we'll send it over here to Drive Gadgets. Okay. So it's going to a blog called Drive Gadgets. I'm going to skip the content. I just want the description. So it's just going to pull the first paragraph for description. I'm going to post the title, the description, and the first image. I'm going to send it back to my Masher site. I'm going to go ahead and put link processor. I don't need an image because I've already smart cropped it and hit update. Okay. So what we've done, we've taken an original article that was generated a little while earlier. So every article that comes across is going to be put into the site. We're going to syndicate it to another site. We're going to send it off to booster pages. We're going to tweet it, and we're going to put it in Blogger. So I've already started the syndication method. Now I can send it to Zapier. I've got to make a webhook, send it into Social Bee or Buffer or Hootsuite, and then really spread out the syndication at the point of origination. This is the point of origination. Okay. Now I'm going to hit update. And let's go ahead and make it active. Okay. Hit update and then hit finish. Okay. Now I did another one. We've got two mashes going right now. So let's see, it's the survival skills. Come back into schedule, manage schedules. And Scott asked a question, what size? They're 16 by 9. We like 1280 by 720 JPEGs. Small file size, but the image is perfect for everything that we use it for. Okay, so I'm in manage schedules. It's running slow. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna highlight that one, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clone it. Okay, hit edit, save a little bit of time here, and I'm just going to call it survival skills. Okay. And select the mash. It's probably going to be that one. keep everything the same. I'll vary the time start. And I do this so they don't hit at the exact same time. Now, these are all 5-minute loads, so they're going to be very similar for the first couple of days. Okay, so I'm going to hit update. What I try to do is I try to get about 60 posts in there before I start even thinking about AdSense or putting any ads on there, even before I apply for Google News. Okay, so this is good. And now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to edit this. This is survival skills, so I want to go to this category. Okay, keep everything else the same. Keep that the same, and on survivalist, let's just put it in a different category. Edit, we'll put it right here, okay? Hit update. Keep all that the same, and it is ready to go. We'll go ahead and hit active, update, and finish. Now, I don't think anything's come over yet, but let's go ahead and come over here and just hit refresh. See if we start. It may take about 5 to 10, 15 minutes. We'll keep on going, but what we want to do is see what content come across here. And so it will be in these first 2 categories right here, okay? Now, we're good to get, I'll just go ahead and get out of that. I'll have to change my API later before we publish this to the public. Okay, so we got our first setup done with Article Forge. Very easy to do. What I have done with this is a set it and forget it system. I've got, once I set up these articles in there and they start cranking, I don't have to touch it. It generates automatically these articles. If I run out of articles inside the RSSMasher external content, then I can either go in and shuffle, or I can go back to Surfer and just grab another similar category from the keyword list and build a content plan, and then bring that content plan in and add it to the same mash that I want to go to the categories. Okay, so let's go to usage step number 2. Okay, I want to put videos in there now. Okay, because I do have content, but I also I've got a category called videos. So let's take a look. We've got it set up. It's just a category. That's all it is. Same as any of these categories. But I want to send all my videos to this one category. Okay. So let's go back to RSSMasher. We got to find some videos. Come up here to Mash. Okay. Now I did this for videos right here. Okay, so I set it up. I haven't filled it up yet. So I'm going to hit edit. Now this is the power of RSSMasher. We built this to do RSS feeds, both YouTube feeds and website feeds. So I set this up, skills videos, strip out hyperlinks. We're going to take out all the hyperlinks. The link will still be there, but you can't click it and click through. Now this is going to be YouTube content. So we're going to do a video embed with this. So I click this, make a thumbnail image. I'm going to copy the description, copy the video. That's why we're doing this. Add video responsive, not required if using Masher sites. I don't need to check that. We automatically make it mobile responsive when it goes to a Masher site. I'm going to do bushcraft tips. Now I'm going to put multiple feeds in here. So I'm going to do one article from each feed, or one video from each feed as it comes over. I hit update. Okay. Now, before I do anything else, I'm going to go to YouTube search and search YouTube, and I'm going to search for bush. Okay, hit update. Update successful. Let's go take a look at it. Now we're doing a scrape of YouTube for bushcraft skills, and it's going to pull 5 videos from the top searches. Now, ideally, you would want to have maybe 2 or 3 keywords that you're looking at, but just for speed and simplicity, I'm just going to do one set of keywords. Wayne, can we answer any questions while this is going?
Yeah, we've got will the 5-day article forge work for this before buying a paid version? Asking for a cheap friend.
Let me tell you, it only does, I think, 10,000 words through the API. So that's worth 20 articles if you're doing 500 words per article. If you're doing 1,000, that's 10 articles you can pull over.
And the other one was, have you applied successfully for Google News using article forge content? I've made a comment about that. Google quite likes Masher sites anyway, and I've got some news blogs sites that are Google News approved, and they've using RSS feeds. So I've got no doubt that using article forge will work perfectly.
Yep. Now, guys, these are some pretty nice little videos here. Okay, so that's using YouTube search. Now, let's go over and find the real power here. We have done a lot of homework ahead of time on a lot of different niches. So we have survival tips. Okay, I'm going to come in here and look and do a drop down. City prepping, Bug Out Brothers. This is a good feed right there. I'm also going to Bug Out Brothers, hit add. And let's see, city prepping. That's another good one. And this is, I just researched some of these. So I'll pull 4 across here. Okay, these are the last 4 that I researched today. And so as we do research and we find good feeds, we're going to toss them into these pre-built niches. Now you can go to YouTube and do your own research and pull across the channels. And then you just simply put it in the box and add it to the YouTube. But there's certain categories that we've already done a lot of work. So there's 2 of them that have timed out that aren't working. That's fine. We'll go with what we have right here. Okay. So now I'm going to come back over. Before I do that, I want to go to money hooks, and I'm going to go ahead and put a read more citation in here. Okay. So it just gives a link back to the original YouTube. I'll hit that insert token and we're good. But while we're doing that, well, let's go ahead and make some money with it. Let's put in here some drones. Okay, so we're going to add some drones to it. And we'll just give it a couple of spacing, make it easier. I'll hit update. Update successful. Okay, cool. We're ready to go. Come over here. Now I could also add anchor text and do some of the other things that we showed you, but I'm trying to keep this as, I'm trying to build a site in front of your eyes. So I'm trying to go through this as fast as I can. Preview web. Okay, read more. That's the link that's going to take them back over. Here's our drones right here. And I check out 3 of the most popular drones. When we rotate the, I think I've got a rotation in here. Yep. Solo survival. Got some great articles. 10 skills, 10 minutes, van camping. Okay, so got some good content. We're ready to go. Come back over here, finish and activate. So this is the second usage study, is we're adding videos in the schedule to the Masher site. So I'm going to come over here, manage schedules, and we'll just copy this, make it easy. Clone. And now I need to change the MASH title and change where it's going to. So I hit edit. Bushcraft. video tips. And the mash is going to be bushcraft skills videos. Okay, 5 posts per day, and we're good to go. Okay, hit update. Let's tweak the time just a little bit. Okay. Update, and now I need to change the category it's going into. I'm going to hit edit, and it's going to go to this category. This videos, random, everything else is the same, and we're ready to go. Now I don't, because it's coming in from YouTube. YouTube has all their images are 16 by 9s, and I want to just use the thumbnail. So I'm just going to hit update here. Okay, and everything else is the same. I don't really even need, I can change booster pages, but I'll just leave it in the same place. Okay, and make it active, update, and finish. Okay, so now we have videos coming over. Let's come back and see if we've got anything yet. It hasn't started yet, but it will pretty soon. Okay, now let's see, that is how you make videos with RSSMasher. So we're taking trending, we're doing keyword searches for trending videos, and then we're actually putting in YouTube channel feeds or YouTube playlist feeds in here. Okay. Now news. I want some news in there that are coming from blogs that I don't really even have to think about. I don't have to build, I don't have to use article forms. This is why we built RSSMasher, is to do RSS feeds. So let me show you how to use the website feed portion of RSSMasher. Oops, wrong one. Come back over here, close these windows out here. Okay, so let's go in and manage mashes. And I'm going to hit add. And bushcraft news feeds.
Damon, I think you have had some posted, but you need to log out and log back in because of the caching.
Oh, okay. That's it. Okay. They're not showing up yet, but
Oh, learn bushcraft skills. Oh.
they will in a few minutes. You got to have a little bit of patience. We're doing a lot of stuff on the back end to make it happen, you know. So, okay, so I'm building a mash, bushcraft news feeds. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and leave the links in there. These are blog posts. It's your choice. Extract articles with images only. Yes. This is not for YouTube. Custom feed, come down here. Let's do one article at a time because we'll have multiples. Group everything in, bushcraft tips, and hit update. Okay, now I come to website feed, and instead of just going out and doing the research, which we've done a lot of research ahead of time here, I'm going to pull a survival tips. See what feeds we have in here. Ooh, outdoor life. Yes, that's always a good one right there. And survival Sullivan. Absolutely, we'll put him in here. And off-grid web. Now, just because these are feeds, it doesn't mean that they're going to be 4 or 5 a day. Some of them may be once a week, some might be once a month. So that's why you want to have multiple feeds in there. Modern survival, bio prepper. That's a good one. And do prepper survive. That's another good one. Now I'll just add them into the table. Okay, so we're good to go. And come over here. I'm not going to do any image replace right now. I want to see what type of images we get first. Keyword filters, you can filter if you want, but these are all very specific around survival niches. And money hooks, let's go ahead and put some money hooks in here. I want to put a citation in there. Now, this has the link, the author, and the website. It's not linked though. So a read more is a link. The citation is the full citation, but it doesn't link the URL. So I'm going to come down here and let's put in here grill tools. Insert token. Okay. And I'll do that. Let's just leave it alone here. Line break. Hit update. Okay. So we're good to go. And now I'm going to come over here to build. Now it's pulling RSS feed content over.
Ah, Damon, I worked it out. The first article didn't have an image, so because it will make the Masher site look strange, it cancels it.
Okay.
And you should have one posted now.
Okay.
I've just noticed another one.
Can you tell what feed they are, and I can fix it?
That one's already gone now, though. So.
Oh, this is a good image.
Well, that's good.
Okay, got our links in there. So we got a lot of good content coming in here. Tasmanian tiger, passport, safe, RFID. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of looking at gear up survival gear. There may be a feed in here I just don't really care for. This is okay. So it's kind of gear, and you know, a lot of times you're gonna have people searching for gear. This is a long tail keyword that you can actually get links in because they're searching for something like this: zip target, zip range kit. So, you know, keep in mind, sometimes when they have product names, that helps out in your searches. This is great. This is absolutely terrific. So I'm going to hit finish and activate. Okay, so I have a news feed now. Now let's go to schedule, manage schedules, and I'll just copy this one, clone that one. Come up here, hit edit, and and now I've got that's the mash, 5 posts per day. We'll kind of vary this again, and we're good to go. Update. Come down here. I need to change the category. Now I'm going to put all my news feeds all in one. I'm going to use everything else as original content. Okay. So I'm going to hit update. Perfect. Now I'm going to show you a little trick. When you go to Google News, you can leave the news feed there, but if news feeds is duplicate content, you might want to make sure things make it active first. Update and finish. You can actually hide categories. Okay, so I'm going to come in here and go edit. If you're having an issue with, oop, that's not it. If Google News says, you got duplicate content, but you know, we're not going to put it in Google News. Oh, that's fine. Okay. So what you would do is just come over here and don't put it in any menus. And when you're ready, after they've approved it, then come in and maybe put it in a sidebar, or you could put it in both. But by doing this is, you know that your RSS feed content really can't be found from the menus when they're crawling the menus to approve you for Google News. Now, I'm going to leave it in here just for demonstration purposes. Hit add, and log out. Okay. Oh, right. Starting to see some images come across. Okay, survival. So let's take a look at what it looks like. This is one of 10 essentials, mindset. Oh, this is great. And if you don't like what it says, go in and edit it. That's the beauty about whether it's WordPress or Masher sites. If you need to, you can edit these things. Okay, that's under survival skill. So you've got one under what is word practice bushcraft in the UK. There's the image, Crown Land, National Wildlife Reserves. Do you recognize any of these parks?
Yeah, Grassmere.
Yeah. Okay. So what we've done, just to recap, is we've got original articles coming from Article Forge. We've got videos coming out of RSSMasher's YouTube search and YouTube feeds. And then we have a news feed coming out of RSSMasher into the Mash. Okay. So that's our web, that's our news feed. So in about, I'd say within 24 hours, we'll probably have 20 articles, because we got 5. We're posting 5 per day, and you can certainly come back there and up that if you wanted to. But what I would do is I would come back in here and I would add some more mashes for each of the categories that we have. So I would come back into external content. I think I've already built some, but let's see. I've got one here. Okay. We got camping, we got kits, camping, and tools. We haven't used those yet. And you'll notice we got things coming across. So I would, just to fill it out, I would come back up here and bushcraft, survival skills. Let's clone it. Come up here, edit. And I'm just going to call this bushcraft tools. Yeah. And everything's the same. Hit update. Update successful. And now I've got everything copied over from survival skills. So I'll just hit build. Preview web. Okay, this looks really nice. Getting some similar videos in there. You see, notice that. So let's do this. Is I'm going to come back here. I'm pulling images on there, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it in order. First image, hit update, and we're good to go. Okay. Come over here, build, do it again. And I'm just going to go ahead and finish and activate. That's bushcraft tool. So come down to here to schedule, manage schedule, and clone that one. Edit. And just rename it bushcraft tools. Okay. Select the correct mash, tools. Perfect. Vary this a little bit. Let's start it at maybe 7 o'clock. Hit update. And come over here to bushcraft. And we're going to select that category. Hit update. Okay. Good to go. Now I'm going to go ahead and make it active, update, and finish. So what you just saw in about 5 minutes is I added more external content, and I pulled it off Surfer. I prepared it ahead of time, so I've got several others that I need to add in there. But I'm really filling out over the next 48 hours, 72 hours. I've got enough content really to go to Google News. But if I realistically, I'm going to probably wait until next Friday, or I want it to season for 2 or 3 weeks. I'll also go to Google Search Console, put a sitemap in, get Google Analytics put in there. So I'll do some things on the back end that I normally do. So when I go to Google News, it's going to look like, hey, somebody's coming in every day, putting in some really good content in here. Okay, so let's take a look, see if we got any new stuff. Okay, you can tell it's building out. I wonder if any, yeah, some of the videos are already coming across. Perfect. That's perfect.
Those 2 new mashes that you cloned, did you want the same Article Forge content in from before?
No.
Because I don't think you changed it.
Craft tools, good catch. Get it. And you definitely want to change your Article Forge content. Thank you. Yep. Okay. So I want to delete that. And let's put in here the right one, which is tools. Build.
When you did a build, it was too similar, and I thought, I don't think you changed it.
That's probably why the videos all look the same too.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you survival skills was correct, I think.
You did 2, I think. I would check them. You cloned 2 just.
Yes, I cloned it off survival skills. Let's just check it real quick. Forge. That's survival skills. Yep. So we're good to go there. And then the other one was, just to check it, the other one was the what is, which I know is correct. Okay. So if it goes inactive, just come over here and change it back to active. Okay. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mashes going in. Probably by the end of the day, I'll have 10 different mashes set up, going to different categories with Article Forge content. So it's in the process of building. You've seen it in front of your eyes. It's not magic. It's RSSMasher doing all this. And you can come in and put articles in here, put articles in here, change your newsletter. Here's some tags coming across. So you're seeing a site built in front of your eyes.
Looks great.
Yep. Okay. Any questions to this point?
As the Surfer SEO clusters tell you the keywords you have to do articles to dominate the main keyword, when you shuffle it to create more articles, what happens regarding Surfer SEO criteria to dominate?
Okay, it's pretty easy. External content, Article Forge. It keeps your main sub keyword, or it keeps your main keyword. And I did this with, I think I did
first one, I think. Oh no, the one that says 102.
Yeah, I did that with bushcraft tools. So actually I did it with camping too, I think. This is prior to going on the call. So here's the main keywords, here's the sub keywords. So all we rotate all we shuffle are the sub keywords. So whenever Article Forge sees it, it's going to go bushcraft, campsite, and camping bushcraft, bushcraft stove. It's going to take the first 5 keywords and build the article. So what activity should you do at a bushcraft campsite? Okay. So let's come down, look for campsite. Okay, here is, after I shuffled, it came in, I kept the same main keyword, What is bushcraft camping? Bushcraft camping stoves, camping bushcraft, bushcraft survival camp. Slightly different order, but what it's going to do is it's going to write another post, but it won't be the same as this first post. So it may say great bushcraft campsites in USA, or maybe the best camping stoves for bushcraft campsites. So it is writing a different article, and that's why we shuffle the sub keywords. I hope that answers that. Okay, so let's go back to dashboard. Now, you know, at the beginning of the call, I said we try to over deliver, under promise and over deliver. Would anybody like to see a bonus method? Give me a yes if you want to see a bonus method.
I think a yes appeared before you finished your sentence.
Okay, I'm going to give you a bonus method.
Someone says, nah, skip it.
Okay, bonus method. You've heard about me talk about it, the Feedly to G Sheet method. Okay. This is how you do news curation. And by curation is you're going to Feedly and you're actually manually choosing what boards it goes to. And then once it hits the board, it's going to Zapier. Zapier's waiting for the board. It puts it in a G Sheet, and the G Sheet goes into the site. So I'm going to kind of run through. We have a full training on how to do this, but somebody wants to see start to finish. We have the full training on it, but I'm going to kind of just highlight what I did. Okay. To get started with it is I went into integrations, went down here to G Sheet. I've got to build me a Google Sheet first. Okay. So I went into my main account, hit edit, and I went in, put the name Bushcraft Tips, I think is the name of it. It's the last one, Bushcraft Tips, hit create sheet. That's all you do. Everything is already set up, okay? I want to make sure everybody follows me on this one, okay? So we create a sheet first, that's number one. Then I went over here to Feedly. Now, I have clients that are in the survival niche. I've built websites in the survival niche, so I've got my own. This is Feedly over here if you've never seen it. These are feeds. I have the Feedly Pro version, so I have Leo priorities. What Leo does is it helps it once it sees a repetitive pattern, you say, hey, I want, follow this repetitive pattern and help me out here. Okay. So I could create one about survival niches, but I've got to train it first. So I've got to get 20 or 30 of the links going across. So I told Leo, follow me. And when you get enough confidence with me, add in Leo priority. Okay. And all I'm doing is I'm going into my survival niche. So I go to the folder, survivals and preppers, and I've chosen some some feeds in here. Okay. So here's what feeds it brought across from all these. Okay. Now I want to find some to go over to a board. I have a board over here called Survivalist right here. Okay. So I want to find something in this feed folder to move into this board. Okay. So let's just kind of go through here. I've already done a few of these and good quality knives. Okay. I want to move that to save it to a board. And without Leo, it just gives me the boards in order. But if I'm using Leo, it's going to put Survivalist up here because it knows, hey, this goes in here, Survivalist. But I'll choose Survivalist. Now, you don't need Feedly Pro to do this. All free Feedly accounts has Feedly and boards. Okay, but you're kind of limited on the number of boards on the free version. Okay, so I saved it to Survivalist. Now, I'm going to show you in Survivalist. Here's the boards down here. All these articles now are being captured they're being monitored. This board is being spied on by Zapier. Zapier says, when you get something new, I'm going to put it into your G sheet. Okay, so let's go to Zapier. These are my Zaps, Feedly board posting. So I'm going to go into the little folder here. I'll show you the actual feed. And this is what I named it, Feedly Survivalist Board to G Sheet. And I want it to go to bushcrafttips.com. Okay, so it kind of just gives me an idea where it's going. And I made a trigger. The trigger says when I get a new article in a certain board, I want to capture it. It triggers it. Okay. Then I go through the action. I correct the date with this date and time formatter. And then I add it as to the spreadsheet as a row in the Google Sheets. So let's take a look at the Zap history. Okay. I had one just happened, looks like 2 minutes ago. See what that one was. Okay, it corrected the date. So here's the input from Feedly. Here's the date format going out. So carrying good quality knives. You saw what just happened. I just put it in the board. Zapier caught it, and now it's put this into the spreadsheet. So I have a spreadsheet now with an extra row in it. Carrying good quality knives is the title. This is the description, and this is the full content. And it's got images and everything in it. Okay. So now I come over to RSSMasher. We've defined G sheets. And if you want to see what the G sheet looks like for bushcraft tips, and you can just keep on rolling down, there's rows and rows and rows in there. Okay. You don't have to do anything in here. In fact, ideally, you don't want to do anything in there. So I'm going to come over here to manage matches. Now we already have one called Newsfeed. So I'm just going to go ahead and use that one as well. But let's do this. I'll just go ahead and clone it, and just so where we can keep track of it. Come up here to edit. Edit that one. Okay. Bushcraft news feed news. I'll do Feedly. Now let's give it a better name. Survivalist. Okay. So I know this is going into the news category. It's from Feedly. It's Survivalist board. Okay. I know how I got it in here. It's through Zapier to the G sheet. Okay. Extract articles with images only. I want to leave that. Take that off, hit update. Okay. Now I don't need any website feeds, so I'm just going to delete these. Now you could combine them together, but for demonstration I'm not going to combine them together. I want you to see just what's coming in from Feedly. Okay, so I got rid of that. So I'm going to come over here to Google Sheets. Google account, it's the main account, Google Sheet. I know it's the last one. Add G Sheets to match. Okay, and image copy to content. Go ahead and select that. And I'm going to hit build. Okay. "12 ways to boil water." So these are full content posts coming over. Carrying good quality knives. You saw what I did about 5 minutes ago. I added it to a board. Zapier saw it, went to a board, put it in the G sheet, and we picked it up from the G sheet. It's almost like magic. when Wayne demoed this for me, I'm like, my gosh, this is going to be incredible. Okay, so we got 3 or 4 articles in there. I'm going to hit finish and activate. Okay, now I've got a new mash, so I need a new schedule. Come over here, manage schedules. That again, and I'm going to go to news feed and clone that one. Edit. And this is the bushcraft news. Okay, choose the correct mash. It's that one. 5 posts per day. That's cool. We'll vary this just a little bit. Hit update. And I'm going to leave it in news. I'm going to send it to, I'm syndicating to Quick View News, the booster pages, Twitter, and Blogger. Okay. Everything's good to go. Make it active, hit update, and finish. Okay. So what you've seen is something that we do inside of Feedly. Now I can come over here to Feedly. I'm going to close out these. Everything's good to go. Survival. Carrying good quality knives, 12 ways. I've already put this in here. So you see it's already highlighted as green. So you know it's already in a board. And I can just kind of look through here, learn the high. Okay, that one's already moved over. So let's go back here to feeds. I'm looking in the board itself. Okay, survivalists and preppers. And once you're done, you get down to the very bottom. I'm going to scroll down and get something down lower here. Okay, surviving a transition to solo prepping by JPK. Let's go ahead and put that in the survivalist board. There we go. Okay. Now, once you get down to the bottom of your entire feed, you go, okay, I've seen everything that I want to see. Okay, maybe this one. Edible hostage plant. I'm going to go ahead and hit save. So I'll put a couple more in there. Mark all as red. Okay. Now what happens is it clears this out. So it's going to come back, and whenever it's ready, whenever it starts picking up new content, you'll see new content in here. So you don't need every single thing that's picked up from the RSS feed. You're curating it. You're deciding which one you like to be the most popular. And I use Leo priorities because Leo, after you've done this a few times, it's looking for the ones that are, it feels like you will like better. So it will tell you, hey, you've already added these to the boards. Here's the board right here. Let's see, artichoke and broccoli panini. Let's do, okay, this is actually air fryer content. Bang bang shrimp. So I'm going to do save to board. What Leo says, I'm going to put the board we think you're going to choose here. And we think maybe Bartender Mike, we've seen you do some things with Bartender Mike with these same feeds. So I'm going to save it there. And what I've done, I've started the process. Zapier's going to catch this. It's going to place it into Amazing Hamburger. So within the next 24 to 48 hours, you're going to see this content in my WordPress Amazing Hamburger. So I can sit here in an afternoon or with my feet up on an iPad or my phone and just come in and move a few of these to boards. Come down here. Let's do, oh, spare ribs. I'm kind of getting hungry. Are y'all? Let's do saved. And there's a tomahawk steak right there. Oops. Let's put that in the board. Okay. So what I did, I just made 3 new posts for Amazing Hamburger. Okay. They're coming out of feeds and they're going straight over to Amazing Hamburger. I hope you like that little tip. Once it's set up, it's really easy to just do this all the time. Question, any word AI writing on the curated articles? I don't, because I give them citations and read Moore's back. Steve, you're asking the same question everybody. How much money am I going to make on these sites? How much traffic are you going to send? What type of syndication are you going to be doing? You know, it's content marketing. So how much money do you make on content marketing without automating? You know, some of these sites, set it and forget it. You make $1 a day. Some of them you may make $10 a day as an affiliate. Some you may make $0. But you're also building what you've got to think in terms of what we talked about. Content marketing is not about just doing affiliate marketing. I'm building tags, retargeting pixels, and lead captures on some sites that I don't make any money. I don't have any ads on them. But I can run a retargeting campaign on Facebook with 1,000 people that have visited the sites, and I may make a sale or two on RSSMasher, or I may make 2 or 3 sales on Masher sites. Well, when the average sell ticket is $995 on Masher sites, you know, I've run it once a month. So what do you do with content marketing? The question is not how much am I going to be making tomorrow? It's what are you going to do with it? So that's why the question depends on traffic, your syndication efforts. You know, we went over everything over the last 3 days in detail to help you answer that question. If you have 1 post per day going to your site and you do it manually, you're probably not going to make any money. If you have 100 posts going to your site and it's over a bunch of different categories, different content, different items that you may have pulled from Surfer, or you got some RSS feeds going in there, you're probably going to have 100 to 1,000 people visit the site. You stand a better chance of making affiliate income when you're doing that. So I don't mean to drive down that question, but it's really how much work do you want to put in to set it up? And we do a lot of the work with the automation. It's kind of like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So, you know, I've got some people that come in at $27 a month and they do 1 mash and 1 schedule, don't make any money, and they quit 3 months later. Well, we're making money with ours, but we're consistently posting content. We're consistently driving traffic through our syndication sources. So it's the difference in traffic. You know, what are you going to do with your traffic once it gets there also? Wayne, any other questions we can answer?
No, I think you just covered the last one. If there's any more, type them in quickly. Does RSSMasher support webhooks?
Absolutely.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Yep. We support webhooks on Zapier and Integrabat. And if you want to syndicate, that is a great way to syndicate, is to webhook, to Zap the webhook or Integrabat the webhook over to a social scheduler. And we kind of went into it the other day, but while I'm in, I don't know if I've got Zapier set up, but we've got training on how to build the webhooks. But I go in to, I'll bring up SocialBee. Normally I won't show my working live promotional content, but I'm going to show it to you today. This is my main content scheduler. When you see things on Facebook groups, Facebook pages, Twitter, LinkedIn. So I have a category called online marketing. When I'm ready to add a new post, I can manually just say, add new post, send it to everybody, put in the content, add a photo. I can design it with Canva, put a link in there, and then I have different schedules based on the categories. Content curation, our blog post. So announcements, If I wanted to send an announcement, I think we send out one per day, but if I want it to go immediately, I can just do that. I can even re-queue it after posting to go multiple times. So if I want to go immediately, I'd hit save post and it would send that post to every one of these that are highlighted. Very, very quick to, on how to do this, okay? Now, the trick to it is you can do a webhook from RSSMasher, or the webhook, you go to Zapier, Zapier's going to send it into SocialBee. It's going to ask you what workspace do you want to send it to, and what profiles do you want to send it to, and what campaign do you want to send it. So you choose all that, and every time that post comes across, it would come in as if I'm clicking this and I'm manually doing it. This saves you a lot of time. I've got other workspaces. I got my Minion pages. So I fill my Minion pages with my Minions have accounts, and I will send content to Minion pages and it will drop into all the Minion accounts. So I can do this with automation tools. Oscar Cameron, he's one of my ones. Let's see, that Drive Gadgets. This is another one. So I've got Amazing Hamburger in here. I've got Drive Gadgets. I've got some Twitter accounts. I need to reconnect that one, reconnect the Pinterest. Pinterest, you kind of, it's, I was sending to Hootsuite via, I had it set up for Pinterest. SocialBee went to Hootsuite and then set out. Now that they have their own connection, I can actually go directly into Pinterest from SocialBee. And I just haven't done that yet. But you can kind of see as I can send it through Drive Gadgets and send it to everybody, or I can be selective in my Zapier setup. Don asked a question, and are you able to import the RSSMasher feed URL into SocialBee to trigger posting to socials? Yes, you can do that. In fact, that may be the easier way to do it for specific ones without doing a Zapier. Since I have Zapier, I'm using it. If I don't, an RSS feed from the actual content itself, from the WordPress or the Masher site, you can do as input methods. Next post, so content. So here's how you can bring them in. You can bring them in by RSS. You can bring them in by pocket, but the pockets kind of changed the way they've done it. They put everything in one pocket. So if you're saving things on Get Pocket, you know, if you save a recipe and then you save a content marketing article, they're all going to the same pocket. So I'd not do that. But this is where you would do your RSS, or you can do a CSV import, import media, Zapier. This is how you connect up your Zapier. You can also do browser extensions. So I have, if I'm in here and let's just say, let's go, what is bushcraft? Let's see, David Mills, what is bushcraft? So I can actually come over here and go, bump, and it's going to send it to SocialBee. This is a good manual method for sending to SocialBee using a Chrome extension. Okay. Workspace, Drive Gadgets, where do I want to send it? Let's just send it right here. Drive Gadgets, and you can curate it, whatever you want to, right there. And I'm sending it to a Facebook. It's showing you what it looks like. I choose the campaign content without category. Let's do curated news. Okay. Add to top of the queue, and I can just say post now. This to me is easier if you've got it set up properly to do this than actually get into Facebook, because when I get into Facebook, I get distracted. I'm answering questions or posting comments or whatever, but this gets into a schedule, you know, it's already built. So this is going to show up in Drive Gadgets probably in the next, well, whatever the schedule is on it. Good question, Don. Yes, you can do RSS feeds that way. This right here is a SocialBee Chrome extension. And once you have Social Bee, browser extensions right here. So you just install the browser extension to do that. And you can have teams build for you. I don't use the concierge service. They'll actually write content for you if you want. It's kind of, to me, it's a little pricey, but this is good. I mean, you can see I've got a lot of content ready to go through in Drive Gadgets. And if I go over to online marketing, so this tells you what's the next post coming out. So when I schedule it, it doesn't mean that it actually goes out right then. This is kind of the schedule for it. And you can see there's nothing really scheduled right now. With this one, everything's already posted all the way through. So back here, you can see you can add in here now Pinterest, which is great. Google My Business, TikTok. You can send stuff to your TikTok. So you can send videos, and that's what you would send to TikTok. Instagram, you can send videos and images at the same time. Yeah. If you really are into managing your minions, this is the way to manage them, is through Social Bee or Hootsuite or anything like that. It allows you to RSS feed or to do any type of queue or any automation that it makes your minions look like they're active. They're socially engaging. And especially if you're using Q tied into Social Bee or one of these others, your minions may get more likes than you do, which that's sometimes the case with my minions. Anyway, I think that's all the questions we've had today. I hope you got a lot of information. Guillermo, we answered this, I think, a couple of times. When will it be ready to post on Tumblr? Next week, we'll have some training on how to get your developer API. You'll have to watch the training, put your API, and you'll be ready to go. And is it possible to post full articles? I think we answered it yesterday too, is yes, you can post full articles on there. I don't know why you would want to, but you know, the strategy is always pointing back to your money sites, always pointing back to your content marketing platforms that you're doing. Because in Tumblr, you want to take them out of Tumblr, you want to take them out of Facebook into your site. That's the way you make money with these things. Okay. Anyway, Wayne, anything else to add before we sign off for today?
Go to mashersites.com if you want to buy Masher sites. Somebody did ask about that.
Oh, and I forgot to tell everybody, if you go to Masher sites, use the code automation. That will save you 20% off any of the packages. And on Masher sites, not only can you do news boards, you can do video views, you can do a news blog style, you can do a link pin. So you can make it look like you saw me send a quick view news. That's what a link pin is basically a booster page. That's how we got started with booster pages. This is quick view news. Remember the knife story that we picked up from Feedly? It's been posted. It's been syndicated now. So this is a link pin site that you can build with your Masher sites. So the strategy here is you build your sites and you use this as a syndication source, okay? So if I click on this one right here, it's going to take me back to Bushcraft Tips. And as you can see, I'm starting to get quite a few articles coming across. Let's see, 3 bushcraft tools you need to survive. So you have a good, interesting article. They're picking it up on Quick View News, and look what happened. It didn't close the window. So you're seeing a bunch of other things in here. Let's see. And how to grow cucumbers. Completely different site. This is RSS super feeds. So I've got probably a dozen or more sites in here. that I'm using Quick View News kind of as a visual link to everything else. This is going to the gossip news. So you can kind of, you know, these are, some of them are Masher sites, some are WordPress, some are video view sites. We love our little link pin sites. We use them every chance we get. We're going to booster pages and a link pin, at least one link pin. Okay. Great content, guys. We will see you in 2 weeks on another Geek Out Friday call, and we'll talk soon. Bye for now.
Cheers, everyone.